Well, good morning, everybody. It is a absolutely gorgeous day out here today, so I thought, well, why not move it to the outdoors and enjoy the sunshine while I get to talk to you guys. Before we get into it, just want to say this video is not legal advice. It is for entertainment purposes only. So do your own research, make your own decisions as to how you would like to apply the information in this video. Today we're going to be talking about the UCC1-308. It is a provision that is commonly used in commercial transactions to protect parties in the event of a dispute. This provision allows parties to reserve certain rights that may not be explicitly stated in a contract or agreement, and it can provide a legal safety net in case of a dispute. So UCC1-308 states that a party with explicit reservation of rights performs or promises performance or assents performance in a manner demanded or offered by the other party and does not hereby prejudice the rights reserved. So in plain English, basically, when you sign with reservation of rights or without prejudice any financial document, you are basically saying, hey, I'm acknowledging this, but I am not agreeing to the terms and conditions of the contract, and I am not giving up any of my rights under law. So very powerful to sign this way. So UCC1-308 offers several benefits, particularly in protecting your legal rights during commercial transactions. And here are some of the key advantages to signing this way. First of all, as I mentioned earlier, you're reserving your rights, and it allows you to perform or accept performance under a contract while explicitly reserving your rights. This means that you can comply with the contract without waiving any claims or defenses that you might have. It also gives you flexibility. You can continue to engage in business transactions without being forced to accept terms that you find unfavorable or unfair. This flexibility can be crucial in maintaining business relationships while at the same time protecting your interest. It also gives you, it's really powerful in the realm of dispute protection. By reserving your rights, you create a legal safety net that can be useful if a dispute arises. This can help in negotiations and potentially help you to avoid litigation and stay out of court. And we're going to talk more about that later on some subsequent videos as we continue to move forward here. It also provides clarity. A clear method for indicating that you do not agree with certain terms or conditions, which can prevent misunderstandings and provide a basis for future legal arguments. So if you end up in court when you have signed this way, it gives you a clear authority showing you have not given up any of your rights, and you have not agreed to any of the terms and conditions. It also gives you a lot of leverage in negotiations. So by reserving your rights, it can give you leverage as it signals to the other party that you are aware of your legal protections and are prepared to assert them if necessary. A lot of times when you'll sign like this, if people understand what you're doing, they're like, oh, okay, wait a minute. And sometimes they'll tell you, well, you can't sign like that. But you absolutely can sign any financial document with a reservation of rights, which I'm going to show you here in a minute. When my wife and I go out to dinner, I even sign the credit card receipt, without prejudice, UCC1-308. And then I sign with my human name underneath that. Gives me complete protection if anything regarding that transaction should ever end up in court. So this is known as a restrictive endorsement. And a restrictive endorsement is a type of endorsement on a negotiable instrument, such as a check, a credit card receipt, a contract, anything that you sign that is a legal or financial document is a negotiable instrument. Check and anything like that, it limits to how the instrument can be used. So there are some of the it provides conditional use. It specifies conditions under which the instrument can be transferred or cashed. For example, a check might be endorsed with deposit only, and we all do that. We'll flip a check over and say, deposit only on the back. It means that they can only take that check. They can't cash it anywhere else. They can only deposit that check. That is known as a restrictive endorsement. It also provides you with enhanced security. This type of endorsement helps prevent unauthorized use or fraud by restricting the actions that can be taken with your signature or any document that you have signed. It also provides you a legal framework. So the Uniform Commercial Code, or the UCC as it's called, and you're going to hear me refer to that a lot in subsequent videos, UCC section 3-206 outlines the rules for restrictive endorsement. So I highly suggest just go to Google up UCC section 3-206 and read the law. And not only read it, but understand it. Read it until you really comprehend what is being said, because I'll tell you that they make a lot of this intentionally confusing so that, the average person in the public says, oh, well, it's too confusing. I'm just going to go get an attorney or hire a lawyer, which, it provides a bar to keeping you from addressing your rights, because you can only have as much justice as you can afford. And plus, we have to understand, and I didn't understand this before, that an attorney, when you hire an attorney is an officer of the court. And so when you hire a lawyer, an attorney to represent you, you are automatically giving the court jurisdiction over you. And we're going to get into that as well in subsequent videos, and we're going to study about the 12 presumptions of court. One of the presumptions of court is that when you go in there, they consider you automatically as an imbecile and a minor child, and you are being treated as an imbecile and a minor child unless you know your rights. And so, and as I stated earlier, it's time for us to assert our sovereignty as American sovereigns, as the people of God who are called to walk out their rulership and their authority as kings and queens. The Bible says we are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood. We are kings and queens. We are kings and priests. And so unless we know how to operate under the laws, because they don't tell you what the laws are, they don't want you to know. And unless we know how to exercise our God-given authority, then we are minor children. We are considered to be imbeciles. That is a presumption of court, and we'll get into that later. So by signing this way, you are indicating that you are reserving your rights and not waiving any claims or legal defenses. This can be particularly useful in situations where you are required to sign a document, but you also want to be sure that your legal rights are protected. And while I'm at it, let me just pull this up. I want to show you this if I can. And this is how I sign everything I sign anymore, now that I know how to sign. So I'm going to hold that up for the camera. Hopefully you'll be able to see it there. There it is. It says, without prejudice, UCC1-308, and then you write your human name. And I'm going to talk more about that. There is a difference in your human name and the name of your corporation, which was established by your birth certificate. When you get a bill or a presentment from any company that cell phone bill, credit card bill, light bill, whatever, you'll notice that it comes in your all caps name. Your name is written in all caps, because that is the way of signifying they are not billing you as the living human being. They are billing your corporation, which is your all caps name. So it's Gus. In my case, it would be your name, whatever your name is. Gus dash Sochet colon O'Haron, my last name, and then comma beneficiary, because you are establishing yourself as a beneficiary of the corporation. You as a human being are a beneficiary of the public trust, which is another thing we're going to get into, how that they flip the trust and actually commit trust fraud. But you are establishing, hey, I am the beneficiary of this transaction, and you, cell phone company, light bill company, mortgage company, you are the trustee, which actually puts them on the hook. You're going to want to like and share and subscribe to these videos, because these are going to be hugely beneficial to all of us here as we go forward. So when we sign like that, without prejudice, UCC1-308, and then write your human signature, which is your first name hyphen your middle name colon last name or family name comma beneficiary. Hugely powerful in law. Hugely powerful. It gives you a reservation of rights. So by including this phrase, you are explicitly reserving your legal rights. And this means that you are not waiving any claims, not waiving any defenses or objections you might have, even though you're signing the document. I got into a dispute recently with someone, a company credit company, and they send me a copy of the contract, and they're, well, here you are. You signed your name. You put your unrestricted endorsement, because at the time that I signed it, I did not understand the power of signing this way and reserving my rights. It's like, okay, now we've got you. And so they're playing a game of cat and mouse. They're playing a game of gotcha. And so by reserving your rights, by signing the way I just showed you there, it is extremely powerful. It also establishes the non-acceptance of terms. It basically says, hey, I'm signing here, I'm acknowledging this, but it indicates that you do not necessarily agree with all the terms and conditions of the document. And this can be particularly useful if you are required to sign something under duress, or without full agreement. When you get a ticket from the officer, he pulls you over and tells you sign here and appear in court or pay the ticket. If you sign this way, you're saying, hey, I'm not agreeing to anything, and I'm signing under duress. The duress is this officer has a badge and he has a gun, and he could take me to jail, or he could shoot me. So there is threat and duress when you sign. And when you sign this way, you're establishing the fact that, hey, I am signing here, but I am signing under threat or duress. So I'm not giving up any of my rights. Another powerful way to sign, or when you go through a contract, is to use brackets around any section that you might disagree with. And brackets actually, according to the U.S. style manual that the U.S. government uses, when you put brackets around any sentence or any zip code or anything like that, any account number, whatever, it is essentially removing that section, what you've put brackets around, from the contract. which is extremely powerful as well. And a lot of times, if people don't know what you're doing, you are actually preserving your rights, and you're taking what you don't agree with out of the contract. So again, extremely powerful. So it also provides transparency to show that modifications are being made to this contract. In other words, I'm signing, but I'm not necessarily agreeing to everything you have here on this paper. So let me circle back here and talk about the difference in your all caps name and your human name. Now, your human name is what I just showed you. It's your first name, hyphen, middle name, colon, last name, comma, beneficiary. Now, the all caps name is actually a public corporation. It essentially is what is used to pull you into the corporate jurisdiction of our current court system. By them saying your name or putting it in all caps, and then you respond to it, when you respond to that all caps name, you are tacitly consenting to be the public corporation, and thus placing yourself in the jurisdiction of corporate law. They use your name as a corporation, and then your tacit consent of not knowing their game to yank you into their jurisdiction, which is statutory law. And I'm going to be talking to you in subsequent videos as well about the various jurisdictions of law. And, we just think, oh, we'll go to court, it's the law. No, there are various jurisdictions that do not have jurisdiction over you unless you grant them that jurisdiction. And that's the game. They're trying to trick you into granting them jurisdiction over you by you giving up your rights. It's incredible, man. And the more you see about this, the more you're gonna be amazed, and you're probably also gonna get a little bit angry, because it is absolutely incredible what they have done to us. So now you need to realize there are two different persons in law. You are actually two different persons in law. There is your all caps name, which is a corporation, the corporate entity, also known as your ens legis. It is the corporate entity of your all caps name. It's a corporation that was established by your birth certificate. When your mother and father reported you to the government for being born, they didn't understand what they were doing. They reported you and gave you a birth certificate, which is actually a bond, which creates a corporate entity in your all caps name. And now they can use that corporate entity to trade on your name. And we're going to explore that a little further as well in some of the later videos that are coming. It's going to astound you. It is absolutely going to astound you when you understand how the Babylonian spirit, the spirit of Babylon, the world commercial system, has taken us and actually made us tax and debt slaves. So you are two different persons in law. So here is the definition of a person from the tax code, 26 United States Code, section 7701A. The term person shall be construed to mean and include an individual, a trust, estate, a partnership, an association, and listen to this, a company or corporation. So with that all caps name, they are using it to draw you into their corporate jurisdiction and treating you as a corporation instead of a flesh and blood living human being. See, you are a person. A person is a corporation. We just read the definition. A person is a corporation. But you are not a corporation. You are a living, breathing, flesh and blood human being. You are a son and a daughter of the Most High God. You are a king and a priest on the earth, and you are called to live out your highest calling, which is to be the living embodiment of the Lord Jesus Christ on the earth. But we cannot do that because we are trapped in a system of debt slavery. And it is time for us to begin to, first of all, educate ourselves about our rights and then begin to exercise our rights. So if you've enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe. Tell everybody about it. I just want to I want to get this information out. I feel a burning mandate in my spirit to begin to share this with the church, with the people of God, so that we can throw off the shackles that have been placed on us by evil men who have created this system of tax and debt slavery. So thank you so much for listening. God bless you, and we'll see you on the next video.